Alright, so this video is only for art users and stuff that maybe want to see how it's set up and how it's rolling. So far so good. I mean, pretty easy. Got my starting line antenna here. As people line up, they can see their name, and basically it shows how long since they started. So as they're standing there, it just shows all zeros. Of course, I sent a video to everybody letting them know. So now it's probably dark in the video here, but let me get closer. So this guy started 4.5 minutes ago. So this gives people a clue on the course. Hey, how long has it been since the last person started? That way everyone can stay kind of socially distant. I'm going to sit out here and just, maybe not all day, but most of the day, either looking out my front window, watching for people starting, making sure that I've got everyone checked in, using the Run Sign Up check-in app to make sure that everybody that starts has a bib number and assigned to them. So kind of a crude setup here, but my goal is to be as minimal as possible. So just a TV, a little, I think a FX7500 in there, one antenna, and then these little tags. These are old Tyvek tags. Back in the early days, I used to use these, and then switched over just to laminated. But so I had these not doing anything in my attic for a long time, so I thought this would be a perfect time to do it. I sent messages out to the neighborhood, hoping that people would, set the sprinklers out or sit in the yard and cheer for people as they go by. Hopefully it's a fun event for everybody. So this is the starting line. Let's just see in the tub here, I guess. Now the good news is the starting line and the finish line. The finish line is on the back side of the house, across an empty lot. Let me let you see that from a distance. So the good news is my Wi-Fi reaches, all the way to the finish line, all the way, to the starting line. And so I've got a computer inside with, every screen pulled up. So there's the finish line over there, under that green tent. We'll go look at that in a second. Now, I don't know if my wife is dressed and ready. Hopefully she's not going to be here, but I'll show you the inside setup. My office is a little messy, so I'll try not to show you that. Alright, so here's what I've got going on the inside. So I've got one screen that is my, it should say, I didn't tile it, but this is my starting line computer, so I can see all the chip starts and how long it's been since the last person started. On the far left is my finish line computer, so every time someone finishes, I can see that. My kids should be finishing hopefully pretty soon. And then of course I can see the chip start times. Over here, what I do, of course, if anyone checks in that's new, and I just assign them a bib number, then I sync over here on the starting line computer, and I sync over here to pull them in. So I've only got those that have checked in, with a bib number that are in the system. And then over here, again, they're all on the same network. So on the RFID readers tab, periodically, every 5 minutes or so, or if I see someone start, then I'll just click on this link that says import chip start times. I've got a map drive over to my starting line computer. I'll select the database file and hit open. And so that's what I do to pull the start times in. And this screen over here is my results kiosk screen, so I can actually watch as they're interacting with it. Make sure everything's going well here. So far so good. Let's see, but that's basically the setup of the system inside. Let me go to the outside. I'm going to do this kind of quick in case someone wants to start. So luckily I have enough extension cords to run all the way out there. Let me just run out there so you can see it. Alright, so just my little ASUS that runs the results kiosk. Of course, it's all networked together, a little Thinkific reader that runs this antenna. So the idea is, of course, as they walk up, it automatically prints, they'll grab it, throw their tags in here, and then they're good to go. So camera should be taking the pictures. Yep. can't see it, sorry. So yeah, camera's taking the pictures. And then I've got one antenna there. This antenna is hooked up to a FX9500. At the mile mark, I'm using the Sensoray antenna. A guy is nice enough to let me run power to his house, and so the 50-foot long Ethernet cable for the Sensoray, I've got a YouTube video that shows, well actually it doesn't show that one, but anyways, it works out really nice there. At the, there's 2 turnarounds where at dead-end streets. At both of those, I've got just a Thinkific reader, and what's nice is those turnarounds, again, they're dead-end streets, and so the participant is forced to run within 6 feet of that antenna, so I feel pretty good about everything working well, but that's the setup.